Greetings. This is Funta Daniel speaking here from the great state of Texas here in the United States. Remember that I'm broadcast live here on my Facebook and on my YouTube. So if you happen to be, make sure when you are on my YouTube, make sure you subscribe to. And here again, my name is Funta Daniel. I want to take a moment to thank all of you that are joining me live here on my Facebook and on my YouTube as well. Here again, this is it's evening here, 7:35 here in the United States, and I don't know wherever you are. You might be here in the United States, or you might be in Europe, or you might be in Ground Zero, or you might be in La Republic. But anyway, this is Daniel speaking here from the great state of Texas, here in the United States. And I want to take a moment for some of you that are joining me live. Please briefly indicate below where you are. And here again, my name is Sultan Daniel. I will be speaking live here from the great state of Texas, here in the United States. And thank you for joining me live. Remember that if you happen to be on my YouTube, remember to subscribe. That is where it is important that you get detailed information when I am live. And here again, my name is Funta Daniel. I will be speaking momentarily. I want to take a moment to thank all of you that are just joining me live. Uh, Thank you, Baron, for joining. And here again, my name is Daniel. I will be broadcast live here. There is important things that I will be talking about it, what is happening, especially on the neighboring country, La Republique du Cameroon. And I think it's a very, very important that we make an important choice. And that is the matter that I will be discussing here in the great state of Texas. And I want to take a moment to thank all of you that are tuning in. I know it's less than 48 hours for the judges to decide. Please, please. It's less than 48 hours as indicate that the ELECAM will be deciding who is going to be the next president for the neighboring country, La Republique du Cameroon. And that is the important issues that is still in many Cameroonians that to decide, and that is very very crucial. So, but I'm going to be talking about the issues whether the neighboring country, La Republique, to President Paul Biya has a choice to make within less than 48 hours and to decide whether he's going to plummet the country into a war-torn area. Because remember, he was told that he was fighting the people of Amazonia, but now it's going to be not the people of Amazonia. It's going to be several fronts. It's going to be a triangular war front. So that is why it is imperative that in less than 48 hours, Pobia has a choice to decide whether he's going to maintain his family or dynasty, or he's going to be part of the departures members of this on this earth. But however, I will be talking about the issues. I want to take a moment to thank you that if you happen to be on my YouTube, will you please subscribe and thank you again. My name is Punton Daniel. I will be speaking with you here from the great state of Texas here in the United States. I'm sorry for the noise background. But anyway, here again, it was a little bit of noise, but I just want to thank all of you that are tuning in. Here, this is is this important? What I am going to be talking about today is that the neighboring country, La République du Cameroon, it is imperative that this dictatorship, Paul Biya, he has enjoyed a meaningful career. He has been in power for close to a decade. Remember that he became prime minister in 1975. In 1975, he became a prime minister of this neighboring country, La République du Cameroon. And in 1982, the former president descended and asked him to ascend to the throne of the La République du Cameroon. And ever since he became to the throne, he has been there for less than 36 years. And today, he is 86 years old, which means in the next 7 years, he should be 92 years old. And it is very crucial that he make a choice. This choice is imperative that he decide that he leaves office and he has to do this within 48 hours. It is important that he make this choice. The reason why he must make this choice within 48 hours because he is not going to survive. It is imperative that I am making this statement that he is not going to survive this moment. Remember in 1982, he that is what he did. And later on, he changed the constitution of the neighboring country to favor him to be president of life. Because when you look at the article of the constitution, it doesn't give him any term limit. Which means when he died, he can still be president of the Republic of Cameroon. But anyway, I am here to let him that it is important that he make an important choice. This choice that he must make is that he give up the throne and allow someone to take over the throne. This is important that he does this without. This is important that he made this choice and for him behalf of his family. Paul Biya is surrounded with a group of cliques. And this group of cliques is deceiving him, misled him, and that is why he is about to plummet into a chaotic scene. So it is imperative that within the next 48 hours, he has someone they call Maker Claude Rene. Maker Claude Rene. Maker Claude Rene is one of his military staff. That is someone that is old. He has been head of the military for more than since 1960s. And since he been head of that military, has been the chronic military brutality that one can ever expect in the entire world combined. And imagine that having someone make up clothes at the head of the staff of the military. And that is why you see the current murdering and slaughtering that is going on in the southern Cameroon, in the Federal Republic of Amazonia, now the southern Cameroon, the southern Cameroon territory, now the Federal Republic of Amazonia. So you all seen many cops, as you all seen shown on my Facebook. You have people that have been murdered, that have been killed, and found they cannot even identify the cops. Some even found uh, identity cards that were able to identify the person, and that you cannot even identify those single souls. The cops are decomposed, and you can feel maggots um, you can see the maggots swelling and oozing from the decomposed human tissue, which is important that the world community need to let Paul Biya go. It is important that Paul Biya step aside and allow that country to be in peace. You have people like Paul Atanganji. You all know Paul Atanganji. There is one thing that we haven't clarified. We don't know whether it's Paul Atanganji or it's Paul Peter. There are two names that is confusing. I don't know if someone is over there to clarify me. I don't know whether it's a Tanganji or Peter, because there's two distinctions. One was working with the Foshive, the most brutal murdering machine in La République. And that one was with Paul, that one was working with Path with Foshive. When I talk about Foshive, many people within current generation may not be aware of who is Foshive. Foshive is one of the most brutal individuals in the history. He was head of the Senel department that was in charge of murdering and slaughtering of people. And so when he departed, it happened that Atanga G or Atanga Peter, either or, one of them belongs to this. Either the current Atanga G is absolutely answering the name of the former Atanga G Peter, or he is actually the Atanga G Peter. So there is a great confusion here, and many people are deceiving and are now wondering who is which. Is this the current Atanga G Peter or Atanga G Paul? So, but either way, one is using the document of one another, and that is why you can agree with me why he was in the Newberg prison. He was in the Newberg prison because something went wrong, and now he has been ascended by La République. You all know that La République, under this pope, are being made individuals that has no basically fundamentally no value. You all know the communication minister. Remember, he was in jail for 6 years. He was in prison for 6 years. So the entire cabinet of Bob, that is plumbing the country, La République, into civil war beginning in less than 48 hours. I can assure you that why the community that are residing why the international community, especially the embassy, remain silent because they say they don't want to speak. They don't want to intervene. They want to remain neutral. But I can assure you that the country, in less than 48 hours, La République is going to plummet into a civil war that is going to take about a century before they can deviate from there. But the world community can save La République if all the ambassadors that are currently in the neighboring country, La République, they have a choice in less than 24 hours to drive to Etudi and ask this brutal dictatorship that you have a choice to relinquish power and hand over simply, or you choose to plummet the country into a more chaotic scene. Why the embassy may choose that they don't want to engage in the internal affairs of a nation. But however, they should remember that they have always been engaged in the political affairs of these neighboring countries, and especially the French government. The French government is the beneficiary of this brutal dictatorship, not only just in Africa, but across the African continent that they have similar relationship with France. And so in less than 48 hours, La République is going to plummet. Should the elect come, choose this dictatorship at the helm of this government. It is imperative that the world say this, because it's not going to be a normal scene as usual, because the people are across the globe. They are overwhelmingly and get frustrated with this brutal dictatorship. But however, the embassy that are residing on the embassy, you have less than 24 hours. Tomorrow is Sunday. All the ambassadors of the neighboring country that are currently have diplomatic with this brutal dictatorship. It is important that you save this country from plummeting into chaotic scene. But you can do this by driving to La République to the A to D, because he is still there. And you can tell him he has a choice to do. He has a choice to serve this country. He has a choice to do. And if he doesn't, I can assure you that even when the chaotic scene, I can assure you that safety is not gonna be guaranteed because you have the military, especially his chief of staff, they call Mega Claude Rene. He is from Betis. He is from his own country. He is from his own indigenous area. And that is the one that is his chief of staff. That is the one that is the head of the military. But I can assure you that this moment is not a moment that La Republic should be playing, taking people for granted. It's not going to be the people of Southern Cameroon that are going to be fighting La Republic. It's not going to be the people of Amazonia. It's going to be a triangular fight that is going to lead, plunge that country into chaos. If he choose, if Elekam decided unanimously proclaim him as the next person for 7 years, and that is where you're going to plummet La Republic into a more terrible scene that one would never envision. But however, diplomats that are currently residing in the neighboring country have a choice to decide in less than 48 hours to make such a decision. I think it is imperative. It is important. It is important that the French Emmanuel Macron make an immediate call and let him that you have a choice to decide in less than 48 hours because a Lakam is about to proclaim you as the next person for 7 years. But that is not a choice that people are going to recognize you because the people have the choice to make decisions whether they want to welcome you for the next 7 years. But you have a choice to decide within less than 48 hours. I understand when uh, when Gaddafi when Gaddafi was in power and when Gaddafi see the amount of ammunition he has acquired, he believed in himself. He believed that the military that protects him is going to protect him even at his graveyard. But unfortunately, at the time of his death, the military could not provide him support, neither his assistants. But however, I know people learn from history, but yet La Republic hasn't learned from history. But I am here to remind La Republic that you have a choice to decide. And all that is brutal dictatorship of Paul Biya and his disciples and his deceivers, people like Ataganji, people like Isa Shiruma, people like his defensive of staff called Mecca Clothes. People like Melingi, people like Numa, people like Mundua, people like Jean Famdongo, people like Akamen Fumo, people like Martin Belenga. These people are not going to protect you. I can assure you, but you have a choice in less than 48 hours. And you make those choices before they choose you to place you at the hellfire. Fellow, these people, they are 70 years and above. These people are 70 years and above. Their value is redundant. They absolutely have no value to the people. And the people are still on the younger generation. They are more capable. They are capable to manage their own affairs. These guys supposed to be on retirement, and yet they force themselves on the hem of the people. But I can assure you that you have less than 48 hours to decide whether you choose to live or you choose to die a natural death. But I can assure you, when Samuel Dole in Liberia, Samuel Dole believed. He believed because when he saw the armor cars surrounding his presidency, he believed that nobody can harm Samuel Dole. But unfortunately, when the rebel approached his presidency, Samuel Doe realized that the armed forces that he was expecting were deceiving him. Even Macbeth, the, all of us may have read the Shakespeare by Macbeth. But however, Macbeth, as a triumphant army, a triumphant soldier, after a victory in a war, he recognized himself as no as above everyone, and he was assured by the wishes But when the moment came, my brother realized that the wishes was deceiving him. So I am here echo these messages as a prior to your victory that will be proclaimed by Eleka. But however, it will be a short life. I am here assure you that Eleka will choose you, but it will be a short life victory. That you may not proceed to see the victory because someone has to take over. I can assure you that this is the moment that the people of neighboring country La Republic is tired of you. Remember, you are people, you are indigenous tribe that they project you as they're gonna protect you. But unfortunately, you have Rene Claude Zemeka, your chief of staff, is not gonna protect you. Isa Shiruma is not gonna protect you. Atanga G, whether it's Atanga G or Atanga Peter, whichever one is not going to protect you. Because we, the people of Southern Cameroon, has already disowned him. So he has a choice. I know when the time comes, he will not return to the people of Southern Cameroon territory. We can assure that, fellow brothers and sisters, you all know Atangaji is not going to return to the Southern Cameroon territory. He's going to remain in the neighboring country of the Republic when the time comes, because we will no longer be romancing with these individuals. Fellow brothers and sisters, I know that you guys are living in the midst of the forest, but I am here to assure you that the spirit of the people will stay and the wishes of the people will stay. But those evil doers will never overcome the people. So I am here speaking here from the great state of Texas. It is important that I make this announcement for those who choose to stand at the helm of the enterprise and that they was the sole owner. But however, I can assure the world that the enterprise belongs to the fellow people of the neighboring country and the people of Amazonia. So the people of Amazonia, that those who stand, that they think they are above, and people like Gole Gole, they think they are above. But I can assure you that time will come, you will never step your feet on the people of Amazonia because the people stand for their defense of their territory. When the people stand, have their own elected people, and our people in the 60s demonstrate this spirit when they unanimously announced an Enugu House of Assembly that they believe that their own government should be in their own territory and not in Nigeria. But remember, the Nigerian government did not forge a war against the people. The Nigerian government simply recognizes the wishes of the people of Southern Cameroon. And that spirit of togetherness, and that spirit that they choose that they cannot be with Nigeria. And Nigeria simply recognized their wishes. Nigeria did not declare war. Nigeria did not invade. Nigeria did not do nothing. Nigeria simply recognized. But today, our people have chosen that they want to remain separate. But however, there are some group of individuals that choose La Republique over the people of Southern Cameroon. But yeah, I can assure you that people like Atangaji, people like Ngole Ngole, remember the spirit of the people of Southern Cameroon shall hunt you to your death warrant. But however, I can assure you that the people will no longer be fools at this moment. Fellow brothers and sisters, this is the time has come. This is the time that has come. And that the spirit of the people must stand firmly. And that we must not switch an inch. Because this is a moment that we have waited too long. We have advised the Republic on what form of dialogue we can live together. But unfortunately, they haven't seen us as a people whom they can dialogue. They believe that they will use a repressive system over the sovereignty of our people. But yet, our people is stronger than the repressive regime. But I am warning La Republic that this time you will not be facing not just the people of Amazonia, but you will be facing your own people that will wrap you. And it will begin from Douala, and it will begin from the Grand North, and some in the center. And that is where I'm going to see where you're going to escape to the south. Well, unfortunately, we will see as you have a choice to decide in less than 24 hours, fellow brothers and sisters. We should not relent our effort. We must stand together. We must stand firm. We must unite. We must work together against the terrorists of La Republique. You cannot imagine that we find some of our brothers and sisters are already decomposed. And you find some there, just the hair that was just languishing, that the entire body are just a mark of just oozing. And not only that, our brothers and sisters, our children, and not only that, some of our brothers are being snatched in Nigeria. For those of you who are not aware, some of the terrorists of La Republic are currently in Nigeria, snatching some of our brothers and sisters. Maybe you are aware that your brother may be in Nigeria. But unfortunately, I would encourage you to find out if he is actually still in Nigeria, because the machinery of La Republic is currently in Nigeria with the complicity with some of the Nigerian brutal evil doers. But however, the spirit of the people will never relent. The spirit is more stronger, and that as Rene Claude, the chief of staff, I encourage you to advise your president that this is the time we give up chair, because it's not going to be a romantic time after the 48 hours elapsed, after Elekam choose this evil dictatorship. That's someone that is suffering from psychosis. That someone cannot remember the wife's name. That is someone is mentally deranged. That is someone I can't even remember where he came out from. He doesn't even remember the room he came out from. He doesn't even remember any of those things. And yet he's being proclaimed as the president of a nation. And who evaluates his mental stability? He can't carry on a normal conversation in the general public. But however, Elekam and the entire what they call the Judiciary Council, that is a bunch of nuts. There's a bunch of nuts they call the Judiciary Council. I call them a bunch of idiots. But remember that they're going to be facing a triangular rap from the people of Ambazonia, from the people of the neighboring country, from the neighboring country, Douala, from north, and from the center. Then some mates with Western Province. Then the final battle will be in Ejudi. And I see where he's going to sandwich himself. Fellow brothers, we have less than 48 hours. Maybe he thinks that it is just one Anglophone that will be fighting. But however, the door has just opened. But you have a choice to save your family, your children for the next 48 hours. God bless you. This is Fondan Daniel speaking here from the great state of Texas. I wish you all a happy good night.